So the next problem that we're doing is going to be 45.2. 45.2. And if I write that in some form to get it to where I can do scientific notation, I look at 45 is way bigger than 10, so I need to move my decimal over 1, which is dividing by 10. Since I'm doing that, then I have to raise my exponent by that same power. So I divided by 10, I had to multiply by 10 by adding 1 to my decimal, to my exponent, so I get 4.52 times 10 to the first. All right. The next one is a little bit tricky in that it's written as a fraction. It's 934 and 1/2. Right? So what I need to do is convert that 1/2 to a decimal, which gives me 934.5. Right? Again, I'll take that times 10 to the 0, which is the same as multiplying by 1, so it doesn't change the value. Then I move my decimal point over 2 to get 9.345. And then once I move the decimal point over, then I have to move my exponent in the opposite direction. So that'd be 0 plus 2, which would be 9.345 times 10 to the second. Right? The next one is a very long decimal. All right, so I'm going to try to write it out. And it is 0.00000. There's 6 zeros in there. And then there's a 452. All right. Again, that would be times 10 to the 0. Right. So I'm going to move my decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots to get that to 4.52, which is between 1 and 10. Then my power, since I raised this, I went 7 spots in this direction. My power has to go 7 spots in the negative direction. So it'll be 0 minus 7, or 4.52 times 10 to the negative 7 power. Right? And then the very last one, another really long number, is 11 billion, 11, right? 235 million. Again, I'm going to show that times 10 to the 0 just so you can see that at times 1 and see how I'm doing this. So I take my decimal point and I move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots till I get 1.1235. I have to keep all those numbers because they have a place value, but these zeros no longer have a place value. So I'm going to get rid of those. And then I'm just going to say how many times I went in this direction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this has to go in the other direction, right? I divided by the powers of 10 to the 10th power. Now I had to multiply by 10 to the 10th power. So that'd be 1.1235 times 10 to the 0 plus 10, which is 10 to the 10th. Okay? So the last question on this sheet was how are the answers on problem 6, 8, 12, and 14 similar? And if we look at those, I'm going to bring that sheet over so you can see. If you look at those problems, if you look at 6, 8, 12, and 14, they all have 452, right? All of them have 452, but they're in different decimal places. So when you write it in scientific notation, you're going to end up with a decimal that says 4.52. The only difference will be that what power, what exponent that power of 10 will be. All right. So the next thing that we're doing is going to be the homework that we were assigned. But we're going to do the first 2. I'll do the first 2, and then I'll let you do the last 4 on your own, and I'll post this on the Google Classroom. So remember that when we're adding, subtracting in scientific notation, that you can only add or subtract when the exponents of the power are the same. So in this case, they're both 10 to the first, so we can just add 9 and 6. When I add 9 and 6, I get 15, but 15 times 10 to the first is not written in scientific notation, so I have to move the decimal point over 1 to get it between 1 and 10, and then when I do, that gives me 1.5, but because I divided this by 10, I have to multiply this by 10 by raising that exponent to the next higher power. So my final answer is 1.5 times 10 to the second. This next one is, take a look at this example. We have 32, right? I need to write that as a power, 32 as a power into the 10th. So I get 32, and if that's times 10 to the 0, then I will move that decimal point over 1. That gives me 3.2 times 10 to the first. And then I can subtract there, subtract that 2.1 times 10 to the first. And the best way to do that is just to slide this underneath. And so I would just say, put that right there, minus 2.1 times 10 to the first. I keep the power, 10 to the first. And then I just subtract that, and I keep the multiplication symbol. So I subtract 2 minus 1 is 1. Keep the decimal point, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So I have 1.1 times 10 to the first power is my answer. Okay? So your assignment is going to do, and I'll post a page on the website, 7, 8, you're going to do 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6 as a homework assignment. All right, and this video will be posted. You can watch the video and then you can go back and do the homework. All right, you guys have a nice day.